So let's talk about something that's happening all around us, but completely in the shadows of our digital lives. It's called anti-forensics. And yeah, it's basically a constant, high-stakes cat and mouse game happening on a battlefield that most of us will never, ever see.
Think about it. Every click you make, every website you visit, every message you send, it all leaves a trail, a little digital fingerprint. Now, digital forensics is all about following that trail. But what about the exact opposite? What about the techniques designed not just to cover your tracks, but to make it look like you were never there in the first place? Okay, let's really get into this. At its heart, this is a battle between two sides. You've got the digital investigators, right? They're like detectives trying to piece together the story from all the data that's left behind. And on the other side, you've got the people trying to become digital ghosts. So let's just be super clear on what we're talking about here. Digital forensics is all about recovery and analysis. It's about finding the proof. Anti-forensics, that's the counterattack. It's not just about hitting the delete key. It's a whole strategy to disrupt, to confuse, and ultimately to completely shut down a forensic investigation. You know, this definition from Dr. Mark Rogers just nails it. It's about attacking the evidence itself, its very existence, how much of it there is, and its quality. It's about making it impossible to even analyze. So what does that actually look like in the real world? Let's kick things off with one of the most clever techniques out there, hiding. And we're not talking about locking something in a safe. We're talking about making it completely invisible to anyone who isn't specifically looking for it. Welcome to the crazy world of steganography. And this diagram here, it shows you exactly how it works. It's pretty brilliant, actually. You take your secret message and you use a special program to just weave it into the data of a totally normal file, like a photo. The picture looks exactly the same, but secretly hidden inside is a message that you'd never find unless you knew it was there and had the key. And what's really wild is how easy this is. This isn't some spy movie fantasy. I mean, look at this. A simple, free tool called StegHide can bury a text file inside a normal JPEG with just one line of code. The final image looks identical, but now it's a secret container.
So, we've seen how to hide evidence. Now let's talk about destroying it. Just wiping it off the map. If hiding isn't your thing, the next best anti-forensic play is to make absolutely sure there is nothing left for an investigator to find. And you've basically got three main ways to do that. The most direct approach? Physical destruction. We're talking literally shredding a hard drive into tiny pieces. Then there's something called degaussing, which uses a crazy powerful magnet to scramble data on things like tapes or older drives. But the one you see most often is logical destruction, using wiper software to just write gibberish over every single bit of data, making it pretty much impossible to ever get back. But destruction can be way more subtle. Okay, so check this out. On the left, you see the original details of a file. See that access date? July 16th. Now look at the right. With a simple tool, that date's been changed to October 3rd. This is called metadata manipulation. You don't destroy the file, you destroy the timeline, which, for an investigator, can be just as damaging. All right, now we get to the big one. The most powerful, the most common anti-forensic tool of all. It doesn't hide your data, and it doesn't destroy it. It just locks it up so tight that it's unreadable to anyone who doesn't have the key. Just to give you a sense of how big a deal this is, $900,000. That's how much the FBI reportedly had to pay to get inside a single encrypted iPhone. So yeah, strong encryption isn't just a speed bump for investigators, it can be a total brick wall. Now, the reason that iPhone was such a fortress is a technology called full disk encryption, or FDE. You've probably seen the names before, like BitLocker on Windows or FileVault on Macs. These don't just protect a few files, no, they encrypt the entire hard drive. If that computer is off, it's basically just a block of scrambled, useless data without the password. You might be thinking, this is all super technical, but guess what? You probably use a simple form of anti-forensics every single day. Chrome's incognito mode, Firefox's private browsing, it's designed to leave no trace on your computer. It automatically gets rid of your history, your cookies, all that stuff, the second you close the window. It's anti-forensics on autopilot. So it's really easy to look at all this and think, okay, so these are just tools for criminals to hide what they're doing. But the truth is, it's a lot more complicated than that. The question of who uses these techniques and why they use them is where this whole topic gets really, really interesting. I mean, seriously, look at this list. The users might not be who you expect. Military and law enforcement use these tools to keep their operations secure. Huge companies use them to protect their trade secrets. Journalists use them to protect their sources.
And yeah, even just regular folks use them to try and keep a little bit of privacy online. And that right there, that's the core problem, isn't it? The exact same encryption that can lock police out of a criminal investigation is also the tool that protects a whistleblower's identity from a corrupt company or a dissident's messages from an oppressive government. The technology itself doesn't care.
Which kind of leaves us with this final, big, messy question to think about. As our lives get more and more digital, creating these permanent records of everything we do, the tools to erase those records are only going to get more powerful. But they force us to ask something really tough. What's the difference between legitimate privacy and illegitimate secrecy? And who gets to draw that line?